Hey guys, welcome back to Obsessive Thoughts. My name is Lena, and I'm here today with Rell from Geek Magazine,
Yo,
and
yo.
he is by far the coolest guy I know in New York City to date. Like
I
I was
bet.
thinking about it on the way over. I was like, dude, since our long Zoom call that we had, I feel like super comfortable. Like you're my
Yeah.
friend already, you know?
Yeah,
Like
this
we'll
is our
just
first
vibe.
time meeting too, so
First
in
time
person,
meeting
in person.
in person. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming out. You came from
I was
where were
from
you?
Brooklyn. Like I was
Brooklyn.
coming from Brooklyn, so like Bushwick. I live like Bushwick, Bed-Stuy.
I don't even know how far Brooklyn is from here. I
Yeah, it
don't
was
know
far.
where I am right now. So anything you say, I'm like, sure.
Nah,
Long
yeah,
commute.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll get right into it. What kind of kid were you? Because you can always tell by what they create later on in life. So what kind of kid were you?
I feel like me as a kid, I was definitely more the adventurous type. I was always outside, like whether I was playing basketball, because it's like my favorite sport. So I always grew up playing basketball. I'd always be outside riding a bike or just like running around. Just the act of playing outside or
And you
just
grew up
being.
in the city?
No, so I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. So like the
Okay, okay.
suburbs.
Right.
Shout out VA. Always rep VA everywhere I go. Yeah, suburbs. So I wasn't like it was like yeah, it's a suburban neighborhood. It wasn't like the country or anything like that, but it wasn't like inner city or
Yeah,
city vibes.
suburbs.
Walk around and kind of like be an adventure within itself. Like I would
Hmm.
always go to like my friends' houses as a kid or whatever, them in
Yeah.
the neighborhood. Definitely adventurous. Like I remember when I was like a teenager, there was this seems mad dirty now.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly what it was still to this day, but there's this really big sewer area like
Have
in the
you
back
seen the
neighborhoods.
movie It?
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically kind of like that.
Right.
But like that I do remember like just going through like back alleys and cuts as a kid, like in
Hmm.
random places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
like I didn't really even leave Virginia until I moved to New York in like 2019. And then that was like my big like going away from home type of
Yeah.
ordeal.
What movie or album completely rewired your brain growing up?
I was gonna say I was like we talked about SLC Punk.
Like
Matthew
that
Lillard's
time.
in it. That's like prime, like
Yeah.
pre-Shaggy Matthew Lillard, who's a
Hmm.
goat. But SLC Punk, I think every person should just watch that movie.
Everybody
Every
needs to watch that movie. Every adolescent, angsty
yeah.
teenager, young 20-year-old, watch it.
Go
I'm
ahead, go
about
go
to go off.
go.
No, no, no. The
No, you
reason
have to
why
go.
this story is so important is because the whole point of it is it's like these group of kids who are anti-system,
Yeah,
rebellion nature,
punks.
and they end up falling into the system of going to
Yep.
college and like getting
Yeah.
good grades in spite of the system.
Yeah. To beat the game, you have to play the game.
Introduces and explains the culture of rebellion,
Yeah.
punk music.
My favorite album or like my album slash movie that like completely rewired my brain like growing up like
Tell
as a
them.
teenager
Here we go.
is a 2-for-1 and I think it's really good. It's Mac Miller Kids and the movie Kids. I know it's not an album. That mixtape, oh, he dresses cool. Like he's just cool to me. And like the type of music he was making, it was like very like it felt very I guess encompassing of like my state as a teenager.
100%.
And then all the skits and stuff that he was like in it was all from the movie Kids. So then I was just like, he kept referencing it. So I was like, I want to watch Kids.
I didn't even put those two together
Yeah.
because the font is the same. Oh, good.
That's exactly like, I mean, those two, Mac Miller and Kids, like Larry Clark, those two are the reason why I brought that up. Like, I really like this question
Mhm.
because those two things are probably like the biggest media things that have directly still and impacted like what I do creatively now.
Quick little fun story. I've met Mac Miller.
Fuck, man.
It's like that's the coolest thing about me. That's it.
That's
It
sick.
begins and ends there.
That's
In
so sick.
2011, I met Mac Miller and briefly hung
Whoa,
out
so
with him
like literally
backstage.
like 2011 Mac, like Kids Mac Miller.
That's when I graduated high school.
That's
I'm
sick.
old.
Yeah, I watched Kids because of Mac Miller. I got put on, and then when I saw Kids, that was around the time where I was just like, my lifestyle as a teenager was also kind of similar, but it wasn't inner city. Mac is, yeah.
No, he really is.
Yeah.
Even today, like
I know.
nothing but respect for him, you know?
Yeah,
Why did
for
you
sure.
create Street Geek Magazine then?
So I definitely created Street Geek
Mhm.
because I was frustrated and I was like nothing in like my own like personal experience, nothing I felt like that was supposed to be a platform for me that I would be initially inspired by, or something I would be ambitious, or not ambitious, inspired or motivated by, was like all these publications or like media things that were mainstream and popular, but it wasn't really like cool or actually substantial or like teaching me anything.
They still feel corporate to
Yeah,
me.
it's very, I mean, because they are now
Their
very
own,
corporate.
like they have
So
boards and investors and people they need to answer to.
yeah, but I think people just want to, a lot of people create just because they want to express themselves, whether it's creating something like writing about something. I used to have a music blog a while ago, so like I would just like listen to music and write about it. Like I just always felt the need to express either my opinion or like how I feel about something.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone has like an idea in their mind and they don't see it exist,
Right.
but they have all these emotions that they want to express, it's like materialized, and they use art as the medium for that.
Or be seen.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
you just
saying.
want to be seen.
Yeah, because
you know?
somebody else might relate to it.
I feel like people that try to look cool
Yes.
online,
Yes.
present themselves
100%.
as cool,
100%.
lame. And people know that too.
Yeah, they can fish through it. Like I feel like real always recognizes real. So it's like yeah, it goes back to SLC Punk. Like if you put on a front and if you put on like this character or this need to want to be seen and want to be cool and want to be a part,
that's what
it
you attract.
eventually- yeah,
like that's literally
is
who you're
what
going to
you
be
attract,
surrounded by.
and it will eventually always come to light. Some people are really just cool by fucking default. They just have the sauce like that.
I don't like the person that likes everybody and
Yeah.
everybody likes them.
Yeah.
Sketchy. Sus. Now
Don't
you're a
like
liar.
everyone. Like I don't fuck with the social
Yes.
climate either. I feel like everyone likes being liked, but it's like it's okay to be hated. And I feel like that's what the world is right now. Everyone's so fucking afraid to be seen as like not likable. They're cool because they're corny. That makes sense.
Yes.
It's like, holy shit, you're so corny, but it's like
That's who you
yeah,
are.
that's who you are. So I kind of fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Anybody who is
Yeah.
authentically themselves
Yeah.
is cool in my book.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, speaking of, did you ever have a phase where you cared too much about what people thought about your work and what you were putting out and what you were creating?
So you know what's crazy? I feel like the subconscious of my mind personally, it's like I have two sides of me that are always conflicting. It's like I care so much what other people think because I care so much about what I think.
Like
So,
you care about your work so much, you don't want it to be perceived wrong.
If anything, I double down on something where I feel like people are just hating. Bro, like I used to be the one that'd be like argue back and forth, but I'm like, dude, you don't even know me. And I'm not out here trying to be validated naturally or whatever. Street geek is like anti-counterculture, whatever the fuck it is. But it's like what people don't realize with certain stuff like that, almost like the point of SLC Punk again. It's like you have to know the system to beat the system. I feel like if I wanted to go the route of validation, I know how to do it. The whole reason why I don't do it is because I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
And people will always like, it's like to be anti, you have to realize what is the mainstream. I'm not trying to please everyone.
People are driven by what feels good.
Yeah, it's true.
That's it. What's safe,
altruistic,
what's comfortable.
Yeah. It's like I don't let that drive what I do.
That's the bottom line. Make more art. It'll make you happy. You'll inspire people. Love, passion. Make more art, everybody.
That's true.
That's it.
Go out there and draw something or some shit, Yeah, I can't do
I can only talk.
Shit. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. I know how to talk to people, and I'm
I can
never
only
gonna
talk.
shut up. Do you think the internet killed subcultures or just turned them into aesthetics?
I feel like yes and no and yes and no. I feel like they definitely killed subcultures to a certain degree, and 100,000% turned them into aesthetics. Before subcultures were like a thing, like there was gatekeeping. You didn't know these subcultures existed unless you went out there in person, had someone introduce you to it, or you did the work yourself. You didn't just have the internet to realize like, holy shit, these are how these people think. These are what these people listen to. This is how these people dress. And then now I can just pretty much download that fucking starter pack, put it on, and now all of a sudden I'm a part of the subculture.
In my day, there was like a kid that was 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And they said to me, they're like, I don't know if you're cool enough to know this band. They only knew about it because they were seeing them live and like at like the local watering hole, the
Right,
bar, the
exactly,
basement, the church,
exactly.
in their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That's how they knew about it. So of course they had pride behind it.
Yeah.
And I felt so cool when they started telling me about that type of music.
Right.
When I say work for it, I had to earn it. I had to be like invited into the scene.
The internet at the end of the day really is just the people, but it's like it feels like this just all encompassing, like I said, like hive mind thing. Like you can't just go, you know, you'd have to like have someone usher you in, go to a record shop or some shit, you know. Like where I'm from, there wasn't really a lot of subcultures at all. And if there were very small amount, but like in my regional stuff, everyone was like the same. You know, everyone was the fucking same.
I had to do it on my own. I had to
Yeah.
figure it out. My brother,
Yeah.
not cool either. He's
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah.
I
You
had
had
to meet the people.
You have to put the fucking boots to the ground.
That's it.
And that's the reason why subcultures
Yes.
died in a way. It's because it's like there's no longer movements that feel real. Oh, this is a trend or a fad or an aesthetic now because that's what the internet is making it seem. And then all these people are now being a part of it. But there's no real substance. There's no real connector.
But no, so we were all watching the same programs, the same TV shows.
Yes,
we were all the radio,
Yeah.
MTV. We were all being given the same
Yeah.
things to consume.
Yeah.
Which made the journey so much better to find different things.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. You're not
There's no effort.
There's no effort. And I feel like the effort is what
no
kills
appreciation.
curiosity. No appreciation. You don't appreciate it the way it should be appreciated. All this stuff. I lived like towards the back end. Like I grew up. I mean, like towards the back end of MTV when it was dying.
Right.
But I do like since I am a fucking street geek or whatever. Have read articles where it's like when MTV was first coming out, a lot of like people were like, oh fuck man, MTV is what's killing the fucking subculture. Or
Yeah.
killing, you know, like killing whatever for the main reason of like. Because MTV at the time was kind of like how TikTok is to this generation.
Right.
It's like, oh,
right.
Now MTV is putting people on. But you know what?
Yeah.
I always say like, even to the anti-algo thing, anti-counterculture thing, it's like because I know how the algo works. Oh man, I use that algo on Instagram specifically so like so consciously. If you just allow it to be, if you find the little pockets of it,
Right.
which is like, all right, I fucking hate the algo so much and all this shit is feeding me other thing, so I'm just gonna force feed it and abuse it to its like
right.
abuse it.
You have to
to the
know
way,
the rules.
You have to know the rules.
Don't let it play you.
Exactly.
You have to be in charge. That's
so I'm over here liking things purposely for my flyers and shit like that. Like every Monday I do a bulletin board, so sometimes I look for flyers just to have things to post.
Yeah.
So like when it comes Thursday, Friday, I purposely any flyer I see that's in New York, whether I think it's cool or not, I purposely save it. Now all of a sudden, all I'm seeing on my feed is flyers, but that's because I wanted it to be. So now I'm just like looking through that, and then right when I'm done doing what I have to do, unlike, unsave. It's like you really have to know it. And if you know it, you can abuse it.
Do you trust people with good taste immediately?
I feel like nowadays, kind of. Because I get a lot of my like I guess recommendations or taste from curators. One of my close homies, he's like a really cool like a curator of just like hip hop archival shit. Shout out Milk, Storage Based. Been following for a minute. He's a homie of mine, has become a cool homie and like direct influence for street geek, everything like that. He is someone that knows his shit and is so curated in the street world and hip hop world. He'll post something and like majority of the time when he posts something, I'm like, let me look more into it. I use that as being like, oh, this is something I haven't seen before. Let me research that and look more into it to see if I would like it too. If I come across, I don't know, like somebody that I think is cool or has good taste at first, I always got to vet them first. I mean, there's a lot of people I feel like with good taste that you will meet, especially in New York. And then it's just like, do I trust you though, in terms of like, do I trust your taste or do I trust you as like an individual to like make good shit always? And it's like,
interesting.
It's
I didn't put those two kind of different.
It's like you have to sense their
together.
like character. I mean, do you trust people?
No, never.
Never?
I don't trust
What do you
Okay.
mean?
All right. Okay.
Trust?
Do I trust people with good taste? If they don't have something that I want or admire,
Yeah.
I'm not asking them their opinion on anything. But if you have
Yeah.
good taste, I might inquire.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do
yeah.
you think about this?
Yeah. Yeah. If you have good
And
taste.
if I don't agree with you, I leave it. I'm like, all right, that was cool, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'll trust their opinion if I want it or not. You know what I mean? That's
Exactly,
kind of how
yeah.
it is, because you vet them and
Yeah,
you
you vet
feel
them.
them out.
I was talking about homeboy about something the other day, and it was basically like he was watching a podcast and he saw his fucking like idol or like someone he idolized or someone that he was like he fucked with.
Yeah.
In this case, like someone with good taste or whatever. And he said some shit, and he was just like, dude, after he said that, I was just like, fuck that guy. Like, dude, why would he say that? I thought you represented this whole other thing. And I was just like, you know what? To piggyback off our conversation of like vetting, there's people I don't think, like, there's been certain people that I've idolized and certain role models I've idolized, but I never idolized them.
That's the worst, when you really admire someone and they end up being a total piece of shit. You know, they'll be having a secret that's really in bad taste, or like doing something they did, someone stole something, and it's really upsetting. And that's where I feel like we need to be more cautious with how invested we get with how much they can influence us.
These people are all fucking people. At the end of the day, I'm like, dude, I never want to be these people or put these people on the pedestals. At the end of the day, I've never met them in person. I don't know who they are really. All I do is like,
you don't know
I
them
take
exactly.
tidbits and I take gems or advice, I guess, the watered down version, for lack of better words, advice or like what they say, and I kind of internalize it and take from it what I can, absorb the information and how I see it and how it can help me or how I relate to it, and then I let it be. Because his perspective is like this, I'm only trusting him. And I'm like, no, I just like when he said that one piece.
No one's
you know what I mean?
word is final in my book. Nobody's word is the end all be all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, they say never meet your idols because they were so just
I
like,
kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's something you think people are starving for right now, emotionally or creatively?
It's really just like community. Subcultures, like we were saying with the subculture thing, like subcultures thrived in a pre-internet era and a pre-whatever era because it was like based off real connection and real things that you guys loved.
Yep.
People crave that again because nowadays, for some reason, it feels like all of these community things or whatever are very like loose end. Like no one really is coming together. Like you can be together in the same space but still feel so disconnected. You just want to be there because it's cool, or you just want to be there because it's like the music is cool to you, but it's like seeing it and dissecting it together or really feeling seen together. Like people want, I feel like, shared experiences again. I feel like nowadays a lot of people, like, because of everybody's living a fast-paced life and because of the internet, everyone's like isolated in a way, and then when you are together, it's kind of like you're together but not really, like, I guess, being collaborative or feeling seen in ways that actually feel like a real community. I feel like 100% that's what they want.
I hate it when people are like out there spreading good, doing a positive thing, and people want to go for like their looks or something. Like, for, you know what I mean? That's so below the belt type shit. Like,
it's true.
Leave them alone.
It's true. Just
like, they can't help that they were born that they got their look the way they do. Come on, I get so upset when people are so petty like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
just go for
they're out there minding their business.
Yeah. And you're like,
they made something nice. They're like, hey, I'm really proud of this, and people are like, you ugly. And I'm like, that's so hateful, funny as though.
Shit, though. That's so funny.
Like, that's when I know you're just trying to be mean, unnecessary.
Oh my god! I think it has to again to do with, like, because everyone's being seen all the time now. So now everyone cares so much about appearance all of a sudden. So now it's just like, I'm not even gonna talk to this guy, even though he might help me out and be a really cool person. He's just kind of ugly. So
he's just kind of ugly. That's for the record. I hate rage bait. Rage bait content is
rage bait's the worst.
The worst. Just be nice. If somebody's doing it, mind your business. That's what I'm gonna say. Mind your business. If it doesn't concern you, if you don't like it, that's fine.
You don't need to be.
Don't call them ugly. That's
don't
crazy.
call them ugly. Don't, like, just don't judge people's character on their appearance.
Right, because truly you don't, I stand by that, you truly don't know what's going on in someone's head.
That 100%.
You don't know
100%.
how they, like, where they go to sleep,
Yeah.
what they're thinking about,
Yeah.
the things that are on their mind. Like, I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
And the ripple effect
People's
of
mind, bro,
being mean, you know what I mean? Like, that started from somewhere. Someone was mean to them, who's mean to them, and you could break
it's like a whole psychoanalysis thing that goes on. And
it goes so much further than just someone hurting your damn feelings.
Yeah.
And you have to strike out. You know what I mean? Like, that's, if people were just a little bit smarter, I'd be happier, but they're not.
Stop like calling people ugly because you're dumb. It's true.
Stop calling people ugly because you're dumb.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line of the year.
Yeah. Stop calling people ugly because you're dumb.
Because you're dumb. If teenage you saw what you built now, what do you think they'd say? So talk about Street Geek. Do you think when you were getting inspired, like in your teenage years, craving for these things that you later on down the road would end up making, what would they say?
I think it's like, all right, so I will have to say, like, teenage me wasn't like as, I mean, I've always been kind of very opinionated and very like fuck the system type shit.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Like radical in the way that I think. Super like, I guess, like trying to understand the why, like how I am now, like super enlightened and trying to understand like subcultures and all that stuff, other people's points of view, because it's like when I was younger, it was literally like the internet, like Tumblr and shit like that for me. Because even
remember the Tumblr days?
Of course, that's like my main driver was fucking Tumblr and shit like that. And I wish that I had like OG magazines like growing up and stuff like that. But even back then where I grew up at, there was no fucking magazine shops or shops. Like I'd have to drive to go to that. I was just like being on Tumblr and like getting inspired and getting exposed to subcultures through that way. And that's how I got into like fashion and all that. It kind of laid out the format of like, I guess, how I saw myself as a figure.
It gave you like a template.
A template, exactly. It gave me like a blueprint of what type of person I wanted to be when I grew up, or like what type of person I saw for myself as in my career. I didn't quite see myself as being like an editor-in-chief or founder of a magazine, but it makes sense. Like I think I would be like, it makes sense.
Yeah, like I bet people after watching this, they're gonna be like, okay, that's the editor-in-chief. I get it. That makes sense to me. It makes sense. Like he's the one running it.
It's like I started so much shit. I mean, the main reason why I started Street Geek was because like I just always had things. Like I briefly talked about, like I had a music blog. I used to have freaking YouTube videos, or try to do YouTube videos. I like do graphic design. I had a short phase where I was like filming my friends' music videos. I like took pictures, styling, obviously, because I work in fashion. So styling I wanted to be a stylist. That's why I moved to New York mainly, was like to be a stylist. But then I realized like I didn't really like the industry. It's almost like some SLC punk shit with fashion for me. I was just like, oh damn, the industry is
so much deeper than people think.
Yeah, I was like,
you know what I mean?
I was like, I don't even think I want to be in this industry. I really just liked clothing and
I totally see the difference, right? Again, with things that are corporate, you got to answer to someone. I don't like being under anyone's rule, which is why I did this. I don't like answering to anybody. No. I don't like anybody telling me what to do, how to do it. And I feel like you can take back that authority with fashion, with like your magazine. You can take back the narrative and in the way you want to with what you're building, which is why it's so important to keep doing what you're doing.
I feel like my Street Geek is like the things I was looking at Tumblr, but way more in depth. I can't imagine what I would have. I don't think I would have made a magazine if I lived back home in Richmond. I think like being in New York, because I've been in New York for like 7 years now, super detrimental. I've always been influenced by New York for lots of different reasons.
Yep.
Like culturally, like hip hop.
It's definitely a romanticized city.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people try to come out to New York City to make it, and they feel defeated and they end up going back home, which is fine.
I know a lot of people too.
But at least they did it. And there is something so respectable about coming to New York City and at least trying.
Yeah, you have to at least try.
But to say that you've lived some sort of era in New York City, especially from being here and doing it,
yeah,
I see it now, and I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's another gripe that I get a lot with like a lot of my native New Yorkers, and I 100% get it. I'm always on their side and always like back them with this, because in culture in general, people have lost that mentality because of the internet. And I hate saying because of the internet, but it's true. Like, people have lost the mentality of like, I'm moving to New York to make it. A lot of creatives in New York right now, and I'm gonna fucking call them out, but they already know it. But a lot of creatives in New York now, a lot of them, they've made it in their cities already via internet, or they've done things in their city if there's a smaller city, and then they move to New York to expand it. But not that many people anymore are just being like on some starving artist shit like back in the day, where people would just be like, I'm going to New York to make it because that's the only place where the scene exists.
To start from ground zero in New York City is so different.
They're not established.
To do the groundwork in New York City,
crazy.
Respect.
It's respect.
Total respect.
And it's like, that's why people didn't give a fuck about the transplants back in the day, because it was like they were moving to New York to be a part of these subcultures that existed,
right,
working from the ground up.
Right.
And it's like, because that was ingrained in them, they were a part of New York, and they weren't just reaping the benefits of New York, if that makes sense.
That's it. I understand the protective nature of natives in New York City, because I have that of Chicago. Born and raised inner city, north side of Chicago. It was Chicago. And I tell them too, because we would, I mean, when you were talking about growing up, I was kind of giggling, because like we would make fun of the suburbanite kids and be like, oh, you're not from Chicago.
No, you're
my
not
brother
in
Christ, you're from Evanston. You're not here though. And that's why I get it. I get why they're saying what they say. You weren't there. You haven't been here. You don't know. And it goes for both sides. Everyone here is welcome, but respect. Just have respect. That's what I will say.
Like, respect. Like, the native New Yorkers are always gonna be the ones that were here first,
and they're gonna stay here. They're not going anywhere.
There's people here. Like, I always go back and forth with my homies about this, because it's just like, I'm a transplant. A lot of the New York people that played pivotal in like outlining or blueprinting what it means to be in New York, or like what New York is, were transplants. Andy Warhol, he's from fucking Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He's like the big reason why the fucking pop art scene, or whatever the fuck downtown New York scene, even got started, was because of him. Fucking who else? Larry Clark, like I said, another like deeply rooted in like this skate street culture of the 90s in New York. He's from fucking Tulsa, Oklahoma. But it's like these people, the reason why they got respect from New York is because they were a part of New York and saw parts of New York that regular New Yorkers didn't see, because they were just living it. The normal shit you do isn't cool to you.
Exactly.
But it's cool to people that grew up in the suburbs or grew up in the country, and you're like, holy shit.
They want
this
it.
Is
they
your life?
That's
this
what they're
sick.
dreaming of, the romanticizing of city living.
They're like, this is sick.
Honestly, though. But like, from my perspective, I knew coming to New York City, it wasn't going to be no Sex in the City. Like,
nah, bro.
I knew it wasn't going to be like some Upper East Side. Like, because I've lived in a city before, and I knew I knew right away I was going to get frustrated. I was going to get lost. I was going to be uncomfortable. I was going to be lonely. I knew that walking in. I'm just experiencing it. You know what I mean? Thank you, New York City, for like having me. I love it here. I really do. It's tough though. It's not for the weak.
It's not. That's why they say if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. So
I know that saying. I love that saying. I believe that saying. That's the saying. Okay, my last question. What's the 5-year plan for Street Geek?
So Street Geek is my magazine publication. I feel like I didn't really just properly we've just been having a conversation.
Now is the time.
A indie publication, completely owned and ran just by me, for the love of the culture. I don't have no budget. I'm literally a starving artist, bro. Like, I don't got like a trust fund or anything like that. It's just me just doing shit that I think is cool for the love of the game, because I like it, because I love talking to people, because I want to know more about the cultures that I like, or that I think are intriguing, and you know, I have a curious mind about shit. So it's like, that's what I do. My 5-year plan, I just released the first print issue for the first time.
Let's go. Can people still get it? Like, tell us about it.
I have it on me right now, actually. I don't know
Show
if you
us,
just
show us,
want to
show
see it.
us.
Boom. This is the one that I got for my magazine release party, so I had people sign it. I wanted people that were there to sign it. That's Street Geek, the first issue. A year in the making. It's gonna come out every year, so I'm working on the second issue now. It sold out. You unfortunately can't get it now. There are a couple copies at Blank Mag Books, 17 Eldridge Street, and I'm planning to do more vendings, like vend more and do more markets and like events where I'm selling it. So
Okay, yeah, like little
eventually,
pop-up events
yeah,
or
like
whatever.
pop-ups and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You're always
I'm
gonna
also
have a hard magazine, is what you're saying. Like you're always gonna
yes,
have a hard print
yeah,
of it. It's
yes.
okay, cool, cool,
I'm always
cool.
gonna have printed because it's like what stemmed from the whole reason of making Street Geek, and the whole reason why I do what I do is because it's like preserving culture. Like it's a digital, in this digital age, we kept talking about the
This is
internet. Yeah,
memorabilia.
yeah. And it's like this copy will exist as long as the world exists, unless someone fucking burns it. It's always going to be in the world, like no matter what.
Yeah.
The thing is with the digital world, whether you were in a digital magazine or whatever, which is weird, it's like, and because it's like slower paced or whatever, it's like, is like this is how people got their culture from.
What New Yorkers got to say, dude, and it's
Yeah.
100 and like
It's
25 pages.
Yeah, it's 125 pages.
Yeah, so this is like this is a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years from now, I do want to be more of like a type of media company, like kind of, I guess, like like the most what think about like Hypebeast, Complex, and all that, or Vice. Vice is the more, I guess, on the nose type of thing that I want to be, but with the kind of like youthful, I guess, like cool street culture overtone of like a hype beast, I guess.
Right.
Or like a Complex. It's still rooted in like street wear culture and street culture.
Yeah.
Vice got really political, but it's also very cool because they come from punk. So it's like early Vice, if I could find a medium, like I said, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, like I created this because I don't think it exists. And I just see myself like, having a podcast eventually, doing videos to some sort, but like, of course, releasing magazines and then eventually going on like a magazine tour, which I didn't know really existed until like recently. People do like these fucking like almost like a book tour, but they do like printed matter tours now. Nowadays, in the culture right now, print media is a big thing because the internet is like kind of just too much right now. There's overconsumption, can't fucking find shit. And it's like I've found recently that like, dude, there's like people like that have bookshops or print shops that like sell zines that will go on like tour where they're like, oh, I'm going to like Tokyo to do this fair, and then I'm going to Singapore to do this fair like a couple days after. Then I'm going to like whatever Thailand to do this other like pop-up fair or whatever 3 days later, and it's like a whole tour out of it. I want to do that in 5 years. You can still find me on the internet though. streetgeekmagazine.com, you can find me. I post like digital editorials on there too. I have merch. I sell vintage on there. And then also at Street Geek Magazine on Instagram, you can find me. And I'm posting on there about like anything to keep you updated with like what I do with the print. And like every now and then I have like certain little series that I do on Instagram and feature people. So yeah.
Knicks, go Knicks.
Yeah. Wait, you weren't here for that though, right?
Oh. No. I am cursed because every single time a city wins a championship.
You had just left. I do want to just shout out you for being so cool and like having this podcast and having me in the interview at this beautiful park. Welcome to New York.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Check out Street Geek Magazine,
New
York City, baby. All right, we'll see you guys next time on Obsessive Thoughts.